Hey there, today my topic is all about anxiety. Many of you have seen my story. If you haven't, go to my videos, Raw Vulnerable Story, I think part 1, 2, and 3, and I shared my past and my story with panic attacks and anxiety. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about more about what I did for my anxiety and panic attacks and the tools that I used and the experience. I just want to just put a disclaimer out there that this is my experience with anxiety and panic attacks, and I just want to share with you what worked for me and some tools that helped, and say that I am not a doctor and this is not a substitution for medical advice, and you certainly need to consult your doctor. And so with that disclaimer, let me share with you some of the tools that worked for me. We have panic attacks due to stuffing feelings down instead of feeling them. So in my story, I had a pretty tragic incident happen, and I did everything I could to stuff those feelings down and not feel them. They were too painful, too much, too hard. I didn't have the tools, I didn't know how. So I just stuffed them down by keeping busy, by having a drink, by just trying to control things, just not wanting to feel them, doing anything I could to avoid feeling them. And so our body is pretty cool in that it will show us what we need to work on. Our body is talking to us and we need to listen. So if you don't listen to that emotion or those feelings, then like I didn't and I stuffed it down, then your body brings you a panic attack to show you, whoa, or anxiety, like, whoa, there's something underneath there. So I worked for a few years just on the physical body, like what physically can I do to stop these panic attacks, and take medication and do a few visualizations here and there, but mostly it was just working on the physical. And it wasn't until probably a few years later that I met a coach that showed me that there was a root cause to my panic attack, and it wasn't until I really looked at that and worked on that root cause and kind of let all those emotions out that I completely released all the panic and the anxiety, and I don't have that at all anymore, and it's been years, and it is amazing because it was debilitating. So first, I just want to say that, the first step is to honor your anxiety when it comes up, instead of this is terrible and fighting against it, because what we resist persists. So instead of fighting against it, and this is terrible, and I don't want to have this panic attack, and what am I going to do, and just getting in that resistance mode, to honor it. Say a prayer. I honor anxiety. I honor you for helping me see and revealing what is underneath this. Show me. I'm willing to feel better, and I welcome guidance. And just acknowledge that it's there to teach you something. Look at it as wisdom and guidance. Look at it as a teacher instead of something you're fighting against. I'm open to feeling better now. I'm open to feeling better now. I'm willing to feeling better. And stop and surrender the emotions. Just let the emotions come. Stop trying to be in control, which is a video I did last week that I'll link underneath this. And surrender, and I talked all about surrender in that other video. So a few tools after we say the prayer, we honor it and we just allow it to come. Another tool is journal. Now, this maybe isn't in the moment that you're having the panic attack or anxiety, because that is overwhelming and debilitating. But later, journal what happened right before the panic attack. Was there a trigger? Notice if food, alcohol, caffeine affected. Notice what was your trigger. Was there a conversation with someone? Is it, for me, an airplane for sure was a trigger, or being in a car is a trigger for a lot of people. So start to journal that and notice that. And also start to journal your feelings, because remember, panic and anxiety is from stuffing your feelings down. So we want to start getting more in touch with our feelings and emotions. And I'll have another tool for that later. But Another tool, third, is tapping or EFT. I also will link a video below that I've done on tapping, and I did it for stress, but same thing, and you can just change some of the words. But tapping works on our meridian system, and it physically helps to clear those emotions, and it can help you in the moment. It works on the same energy points that acupuncture does. Can help you in the moment when you're having that panic attack or that anxiety. So that's a really awesome tool. Also in the moment, breathing technique. Breathing gets us back in our body. Often we're just in fear and our mind is going crazy when we're in panic attack. And I always thought I was gonna die, and we're just whatever. Fear or breathing just gets us right in this moment, and we can't be thinking about a million things. It's just in this moment. I will link another a breathing technique underneath this video, but one easy one is just breathe in for 4 counts, hold your breath for 4, breathe out for 4, and just repeating that. So some of these tools are for in the moment of the panic attack or anxiety, and some are for getting deeper to what is the root cause. Another tool is meditation. I know I talk about it a lot, but it is an amazing tool, and it really gets us back in connection with our source and with our inner wisdom. And I will link a video about meditation underneath this that I have. It's just an amazing tool. It changes our brain. So when, again, not necessarily while you're having a panic attack, but it's a tool just to use every day to get more consistent, to taking better care of yourself, to get in connection with your inner wisdom so that you can better feel those emotions, and you'll get the messages that you need to hear about maybe what's underneath it, or your intuition can lead you to the right coach or the right book or whatever to get more to the root of what is behind your panic attacks and anxiety. And then exercise, just to not only just to really feel good, and it's harder to have a panic attack when you're feeling great, so not only for that, but also panic attacks and anxiety are all about kind of stuck energy and this energy kind of exploding. So you need to kind of move your energy and really just get in your body and out of your overthinking mind. So doing that as a preventative measure is amazing and important. Another really cool thing, a preventative thing, or helping to get to the root cause, is feeling your feelings. Setting a timer throughout the day, set it every hour, every half hour, whatever works for you, to just sit and check in with how you're feeling. Just be quiet your mind. Just notice, do I have butterflies in my stomach? Does my throat feel tight? Is there any sadness back there? Just notice and allow and let it come out. And then anytime, when you're not checking in, just anytime emotion comes up, just to practice letting it out, just being okay with it. If maybe you need a mantra, I am safe, I am safe, I am, something like that. Just when because what your ego is trying to keep you safe and stuff those feelings down, but they need to come out. So whatever comes up, notice in your day-to-day, in your journaling, notice whatever comes up for you in your dreams or in conversations or something that triggers you. Notice that those are your clues to what you need to work on and to what is the root cause. And then the last tip is just consistency, connecting to your inner wisdom every day through meditation, prayer, breath work, whatever works for you. I hope that these tips have served you. Have any questions, please? You can always email me. I'll put that below. It's info@rebeccalavander.com. I would love to help. I'm wishing you so much love and joy and peace.